Joined now by retired U.S. Marine Intelligence Officer Lieutenant Colonel Hal Kempfer. He's also the CEO and founder of Global Risk Intelligence and Planning and the host of the podcast Strategic Risk Assessment Talk. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Linda.
So, Colonel, U.S. officials say this offensive phase of Operation Epic Fury has ended, and Project Freedom, which was aimed at securing shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, is now on hold. From your perspective, as a former intelligence officer, what does that actually mean?
Well, it's been a busy, confusing somewhat, but busy day. It started out that Epic Fury, the big operation, kinetic operation, Secretary Rubio said that's done. We're now focused on Project Freedom. And as the day went out, literally as we get into this afternoon, all of a sudden Project Freedom's on hold, and it's a little confusing. Now, there are some really firm operational logistics dynamics. That was a single lane for bringing ships in or out. It's one lane, one way into in the strait, and it was right near the border or right near the coastlines of the UAE and Oman. It was going to be difficult to move a lot of stuff. The U.S. wasn't escorting those vessels, and from a maritime risk standpoint, I don't think the Lloyd's of London IMO was quite ready to say that really is providing enough security for those vessels. So it's not sure if it could have achieved what it was designed to do.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, of course, we've seen reported strikes between Iran and UAE-linked targets and exchanges around the Strait of Hormuz. How significant are these exchanges? Are they isolated incidents or perhaps indicators of a widening maritime conflict?
Well, they certainly open up the possibility of a widening maritime conflict. And I find it interesting that at the same time, Foreign Minister Araghchi was saying, hey, look, let's not get caught in a military quagmire. Let's not go back to military strikes. Literally right afterwards, you got the Revolutionary Guard Corps shooting drones and missiles over to the UAE and hitting targets. So there really is a lot of cognitive dissonance coming out of the regime in terms of what is the message they're trying to send. But it was very clear they're ready to use all things at their disposal, drones, missiles, small boats, to try and interfere with maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. And frankly, that was also slowing down this Project Freedom, which is, can they actually make this happen?
And Iran has reportedly introduced new protocols for vessel movement through the Strait of Hormuz, including terms that shipping operators view as unacceptable. What does that signal, Colonel?
Well, Iran, again, there's supposed to be some sort of entree for negotiations. The things are looking very positive. But Iran puts out this thing, which basically is going back to its crypto toll booth concept, where mariners have to pay to go through. They have some very strict lanes they got to go through. And of course, the U.S. position is that if any mariner, any shipper pays that toll, that there will be sanctions on them anywhere in the world. So that ship or that shipping company could be blacklisted from the U.S. And that's a pretty onerous thing for any shipper or shipping company to look at. So it's a very, very difficult thing. And what it really means is just not a lot of ships are going to move through the Strait of Hormuz.
So if you can sum it up for us, Colonel, from a deterrence perspective, how do you interpret all these mixed signals, the U.S. pause, the unclear ceasefire definitions, and the continued regional exchanges that are all happening at once?
I think what the U.S. is trying to do is maintain sort of a status quo. There'll be a simmering back and forth going on that we've seen consistently, but we're trying to say that's not major combat operations. That allows the president to go to China while there's a ceasefire in place. Of course, the entree is also out there for other countries to join in, and we can point to the ceasefire. And I think they're hoping they can get China to join with us to put pressure on Iran and come to some sort of agreement at the end of this to end this conflict, end this war, and hopefully open up the strait.
Colonel Hal Kempfer, we appreciate your analysis. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Linda.